Nigeria ranks a lowly 139 out of 156 countries in the World Economic Forum's Gender Gap Index, and many, especially women, have raised concerns about the country may be regressing in female representation in leadership. Bridging this gap is part of the reasons for this month's designated the Month for Gender Equality by the Sustainable Development Goal Initiative. Now, News Central's Omolola Ololade tells us more.
According to the United Nations, 1 out of every 3 women experience physical, sexual or intimate partner violence, and 1 in every 10 married Nigerian women report experiencing sexual violence in a lifetime. Nigeria recorded 27,698 cases of sexual violence between 2020 and 2023 alone, according to the Federal Ministry of Women Affairs. The increase in the number of sexual and gender-based violence cases is becoming alarming, a situation experts say can be attributed to several cultural norms in the country.
We found that 55% of all the killings affecting women and girls are happening essentially at the hand of a family member or an intimate partner. Now, 55% that is for women and girls. For men, it's only 12%. So the home is not a safe haven for women and girls. And we need to be very honest with ourselves. That is the result of thousands of years of probably to some extent misled cultural developments that we need now to rectify slowly.
Cultural norms and practices in Nigeria are factors responsible for a large number of issues, especially regarding women and girl children. Nigeria ranks the lowest, coming 54th, with 5.45% female representation, while Rwanda ranks first with 47.95%. From 1999 till date, only 157 women have been elected into the 469-member National Assembly, 38 senators and 119 members of the House of Representatives, compared to 2,657 men, 616 senators and 2,041 representatives during this same period. Nigerian female politicians therefore talk about the challenges as well as the way forward.
That if you are a woman into business or an entrepreneurship, you are more likely to make policies that would support this group of people, because that's the area you know and an area you're familiar with. And so when we're talking about making changes and bringing more people on the table, we are advocating that you bring a variety of people on the table so that they will also influence policies and create impact in their various spheres of life, rather than making a particular sector.
While representation of women in politics and decision-making is crucial to the nation's development, more important is the education of the girl child across the 6 geopolitical zones. Nigeria has a record of 18.5 million out-of-school children, out of which 10 million are girls, according to UNICEF.
Then the issue of culture and then tradition comes to play. Most of the times they are thinking, okay, when she's 18 years, the highest I can do is to give her out to in marriage. And with this, why will she even go to school now? Because when she get married, the essence of education is defeated. They are not looking at the education as a means to empower her to take good care of herself as a person.
In Nigeria, another major issue that stands as a threat to the education of the girl child is early child marriage, particularly in the northern part of the country. Many of these girls find their education cut off, that is if they had any access to an education in the first place. Despite the prevalence of child marriage among some sections of the country, child marriage remains illegal in Nigeria.
Child marriage causes social isolation, gender inequalities, and it also launches a girl on a cycle of poverty. I'm calling on our government, though they are trying their best, but I want them to fully implement the Child Rights Act, because it's a law that actually protects the rights of children in general. So I feel it's a great one, and it will help to protect girls from being married at an early age.
Sadly, the female gender in Nigeria seems to experience a gender inequality in different aspects of her life. The cultural norm in eastern Nigeria deprives a woman of a husband or father's inheritance. Although the Supreme Court's judgment grants an inheritance to the girl child in Igbo land, putting an end to a culture that has held the society together as patriarchal, some women still suffer this discriminatory act.
We can also look at how we can strengthen our legal aid services, that is strengthening legal services to assist women who are facing discrimination and challenges in claiming their inheritance. We can also look at engaging further with community members through community dialogues, that is intergenerational dialogues, where you bring different age groups in the communities to come together to discuss misunderstandings, misconception, and stereotypes that may limit women and girls from enforcing their right to inherit properties.
While the Nigerian Constitution provides for gender equality and non-discrimination, women continue to suffer injustices and marginalization as a result of discriminatory laws, religious and cultural norms, gender stereotypes, and low levels of education, among others. The hope of the Sustainable Development Goal is that in the month of March, countries where gender inequality thrives, which includes Nigeria, should pay attention to laws and policies that would help dismantle these barriers and pave the way for women to thrive in the society. In Lagos, for News Central, Omolola Ololade.